Welcome back, friends. If you want to join the friends, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Today we have a rather special money-making method. Today we're going to be at hr-Skilling Habitat. This is a pretty complex money-making guide, so I'm going to just do the basics. I'm going to assume that you understand how hr-Skilling Habitat works a little bit. If not, there are some guides out there for it. I may make one in the future. But the basics of it is that every single potion that you make is going to need a herb, which you can grow in this vine herb patch and this vine herb patch over here. And then every potion is also going to need a vine of some sort. You get the vines from hunting the Jidinkos, and you get the herbs by planting herb seeds in these patches. The herb seeds can be gathered by other Jidinkos, or they can actually be gambled down below us. I'm assuming you already know all that. If not, go ahead and check out a hr-Skilling Habitat guide. That is way too much to get into for a money-making guide. But today we are going to be making juju farming potions. Now these juju farming potions are worth like 30 to 40,000 a piece. And all you need is one herb and one vine. So the herb that we're going to have to be making is Ugunes, U-G-U-N-E. If you think that's pronounced some other way, go ahead and give me the phonetics down in the comments down below. I would love it if I could figure out how to pronounce that. I've always just pronounced it Ugunes. And the vine that you're going to want is the marble vine here. To summon these, or to get the marble vines, you need to summon these igneous Jidinkos and trap them with marmosaw plants. Really, just check out a guide if you're already getting confused. There's a lot to this. What you're going to need is a non-diseased blue vine blossom. I'm going to have to cure that again because it decided to get diseased again. Oh my gosh. But you're going to want a blue vine blossom here, a thermal vent in the building slot, and a lurgerberry bush in the bush slot, as well as an orange tree seed, or orange tree. I am going to go ahead and cure the diseased blue vine blossom before it dies. You can buy the blue vine blossom from over here with Papa Mambo. So it's not that big of a deal if it does die if you're not paying attention, but there's also a plant cure, so let's just go ahead and buy a plant cure. It's about 10 GP cheaper, so we might as well just be using a plant cure instead. I'm going to assume that you understand how to already get the herbs from this patch. Basically, if you have a teleport, I'm going to be using the Witch Doctor mask because I already have that unlocked. You could also use the teleport bags. You can teleport directly here. I just incorporate this into any of my herb patch runs. They have the same amount of time that it takes for them to grow as any other herbs, so you don't really have to worry that much about the timing of everything. Just come around and do this and add it to your herb runs, basically. Obviously you're going to need the Ugun seeds. I'm going to assume that you already have some in your bank. If you do not, you're going to have to farm them up. It may not be worthwhile to actually farm for these. Basically coming down the vine here, and you would have to kill a lot of the creatures that are down there. Or you can also just try to catch Jidinkos. I know the draconic Jidinkos do drop the herb seeds occasionally. Now, because this is such a random location for all these Jidinkos, I think I found the best spot to catch these. It seems like it's a pretty consistent way of catching them, but there may be a slightly better spot. But this is my personal location that I'm going to be putting all the marmosaw plants. I put a diagonal of 4 right here, and then I put 1 right here on this slot. And by the time I'm finished up with these, usually there's always a Jidinko already trying to be caught or something to do. So I think this is probably the best strategy to do it, but there may be a slightly better way of trying to catch these. I am going to figure out how many of these you can catch per hour. That way I can figure out GP per hour for a method like this. It's going to be a little bit inconsistent, the GP per hour, because you may catch a little bit less, or Ugoon seeds they take quite a while to actually get. So basically, you might not have enough seeds to do this forever. I would recommend just farming up a few of them, doing something else for money making method, or training up training up your hunter, catching Jidinko or draconic Jidinkos like I did while I was training my hunter. Hopefully you guys all have some of them, and I'll be back as soon as I figure out the rate of catching marble vines. Okay, so I just finished up figuring out the rates of gathering vines as well as the herbs. So it looks like you can get about 250 vines per hour, and the herbs, I was calculating about an extra minute onto any of your herb runs. It's pretty quick to actually get through those two patches. All you do is teleport there, harvest one of the patches, and then harvest the other one. It's really fast. So it ended up being, I was averaging 9.5 herbs per patch. That's assuming that you have the Greater Green Fingers aura, as well as a Juju farming potion, Magic's Cancers, and you're using Super Compost. You can average 9.5 herbs per patch. So that ended up being about 1,100 herbs per hour. And potions, seeing as how you have to make the unfinished potion as well as make the whole finished potion, you're only going to be getting 1,200 potions per hour. So all in all, if you add up all that time, I took a test case of 100. 100 of these potions are going to take you 35 minutes to make. Now, basically you're going to end up with all the supplies, and I would strongly recommend using a portable well. As you're going to see in a couple seconds, you are sometimes going to make an extra potion. Hopefully it's going to do it this inventory at some point, but I can't guarantee that it will. Another thing that you can do is use the factory set. That's going to get you a 4-dose potion occasionally instead of a 3-dose. I may have the game message on filtered. Yeah, I have game message on filtered. So another thing is Wasteless Herblore. This is going to be a high level thing because there's a lot of things that you can do to slightly increase the GP per hour here. Unfortunately, none of these actually made the second potion, which I believe they should be able to. There shouldn't be a reason why they wouldn't be able to. But using the portable well, first off, is going to give you more experience, and secondly is going to have a chance of creating an additional potion. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to happen this round. I think it's like a 10% chance or something like that. So I'm very surprised that it didn't happen at least once in all these that I made. But as you can see, I have a decent number of potions here. I am going to continue farming the Ugoons, that way I can make some more of these potions. But we are going to figure out the actual prices of these items. As you can see, the 4-dose potion is worth 36,000. That is absolutely insane. That is so much money. I don't know exactly the GP per hour, but we're going to sell them on the GE, figure out the costs, and then figure out the gold per hour, and be back to you as soon as that all happens. So I just finished up selling all these Juju farming potion 4s. I did decant them all into 4 doses just because I remember from a couple other loot videos and money making videos that I've made, it's much easier to sell them in the 4-dose version. A lot more people buy them in the 3-dose version. I ended up making 1.2 mil in 30 of them though. So that ended up showing me that each dose is worth about 10,000 GP. And per 100 potions that you make, you should expect to make 363 doses due to the Wasteless perk from Dungeoneering, as well as the factory outfit. You may get a little bit more or a little bit less, but on average you should get about 363, which ends up being 3.6 million per 100 potions, or potions worth of supplies had. And that should only take you 35 minutes to get. So if you calculate that out, 3.6 mil per 35 minutes, you end up with 6.2 mil per hour. Now, there is a big if with this. First off, you need all the level requirements. You have to be able to capture the Jidinkos. You have to have the herblore level to make the juju farming potions, and you have to be willing to invest the time to get all those supplies. Also, you have to have the Ugoon seeds. As you can see, I have quite a few in my bank. I have a feeling that this is going to be my next big loot video. I am going to be, I guess, starting to do herb runs in the future, because this is so good of money right now that I can't pass it up. That seems to be why I make all the loot videos from large amounts, just because I find a money-making guide that I really like, and I just kind of keep going with it. So because I have so many Ugoon seeds, I'll start farming those, as well as the Somodins. I know that those are pretty nice. I probably will make a video later on about those. But honestly, all these Ugoons should get me over 1,000 Ugoon herbs. So I'll probably make a loot video of 1,000 at some point in the future. Go ahead and check the links if you're seeing this a couple weeks later than when this is released. I probably will have that out already. But I'm not a big fan of farming runs, but I'll probably get those going so that I can unlock this money-making method of 6.2 million per hour. It's definitely worth it, just investing that little bit of time in there. If you guys do all like videos like this, all the money-making videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. I have a lot more coming at you. If you do like this specific video, leave the like, and as always, if you have something to say it in the comment section. Also, I would love it if you guys all have a good one.